What's going on, guys? While I'm waiting on some parts for my Piranha motor, I ended up having to order the bearings for the motor assembly. While I'm doing that, or while I'm waiting, I figured I should knock out this video that I've been meaning to do at someone's request for a while. I don't use this anymore, which has been part of the reason I've been procrastinating getting this out. But I'm going to try to bang this out real quick, and hopefully it helps that person out. So this is the assembly that I took off of my Sidewinder rebreather. It's been sitting in a box with spare parts for a while. As some of you may already know, I went to the Fathom needle valve, which works great. So I've had no need for this anymore. So let's see, I haven't taken this thing apart in quite a while because I've been using the Fathom needle valve for a couple years now. But I did take this apart a couple times to replace the orifice that kept clogging. So let's see if I can't take this apart on the first try without too many hiccups. I've got some tools out here that I think I might need. Definitely some wrenches, some C-clip pliers. I have to reverse these because this is an outer C-clip. And some pliers and a few picks and stuff like that. So let's try to get this thing apart, see what happens. Let's see, we got a little bit of surface rust on these. So we'll take this out. I don't remember if you have to take all these fittings off or not. We're gonna try to do it without it. All right, so that's apparently spring loaded. There's an O-ring there. This one looks like it should be replaced. It's kind of crushed a little bit. Put that to the side. Looks like there's a spring in here. And there is the orifice. So that thing, if you buy the tool from KISS, it's basically just a long little socket that you can throw down in there and it'll take it off of there. When I replaced mine, I figured if I'm going to have this all apart, I may as well take the button out as well and get those O-rings replaced. Plus, and it'll also prevent you from having to get a tool to get that out of there, because I don't think a regular socket will fit in there. One thing to note is these threads are Delrin, aka fancy plastic. So be careful screwing this back in. It should just bottom out, and then, you know, like a 1/16 snug turn or something like that. That is about it. Keep that in mind when putting it back together. So let's get that outer C-clip off of there. Push that back down. And then this whole thing should just slide right out. So that's off. Be careful with these, because if they slip off, they'll go flying and then you'll never find it. Push this through. It should just slide right out. And that is it. It's got two O-rings on there. The orifice, this thing looks like it hasn't been used in a while. See a little bit of the oxidation on there. to get these off, I recall just doing it by hand. Yep, and it comes right off. And that is your orifice. You see the little screen right there. And maybe you can see the little tiny itty bitty hole. See if you can see light going through there. Let's see. Maybe not. In any case, these have little gaskets on them. So when you're putting that back together, make sure that's on there. And that's the end of the shaft assembly. That's it. You just want to get that cleaned up and replace these O-rings. I'll see if I have the right size O-rings so I can tell you what size they are. I don't recall. Just be real careful not to scratch anything up. This is all still lubed up, so it's kind of hard to get going. Come on. Oh, that's annoying. All right. That's off. And of course you want to inspect this, make sure there's no obvious damage or anything like that. This thing's stainless steel and not really getting beat up by anything, so they should be fine. So that is the whole thing. And you can see straight through there. It's just a machine surface, smooth surface where the O-rings ride. And that is the whole thing. Again, keep in mind, this is all plastic and stuff. Right here, I'm just trying to grab a little sliver of the thread. So I don't want any of that to get in the assembly when it's put back together. But that's it. Let me see if I can find some O-rings and I'll put this thing back together. All right, I didn't have the exact O-ring for this, so I went and had put the old one on. Threw a little bit of Tri-Lube 71 on there. You can get these from Dive Gear Express or pretty much anywhere else that sells scuba specific O-ring stuff. I do have a bunch of other O-rings that I got from Dive Gear Express, so just for illustration purposes, these are Viton number 10 O-rings that I bought from Dive Gear Express. They're O2 compatible. Give them a call and I'm sure they'll be able to set you up with the exact size. Narc 90 also sells a kit that comes with the 2 O-rings and then the little seal for the trickle valve. But I think I probably have been reusing these because they're not flattened out. They're still rounded. They have rounded edges. They're not crushed. They're still in good shape. So the 2 times that I replaced this orifice, I think I just cleaned those up and lubed them, put them back together. Been good. So for this, the easiest thing to do, I think this is what I did last time. No. a pick or something to hold that in place so it doesn't turn in your hand. And just snug this up. Like, it's very minimal. You don't want to put a whole lot of stress on any of this. It's not going to put any stress on that. It's just so it doesn't spin excessively in your hand. Like, I can't get that off by hand, so that's good. And that's it. It's back together. Clean this up, lube it up. This is nice and lubed already. My hands are a little bit greasy still, so get that on there and then go ahead and drop that back in. Again, making sure that you don't have any debris in there. I did brush out the hole. I got these brushes from, I believe, off of Amazon. Comes with a whole set of them, different sizes and stuff. You can use them for various applications, various things you want to clean out. They work great. Make sure you don't have any debris and stuff in there. And make sure you don't leave any of the bristles in. These are pretty good about not falling apart, but it's always a good idea to double check your work. All right. Take this thing, drop it back in. Should fit nice and snug, but still push in fairly easily. Then we'll put that in at the end. Then with my greasy fingers, I like to just run them across the spring just to, give it a little bit layer of protection. Hopefully makes it last a little bit longer. Drop that in there. And then this, I don't like this. I am going to find a replacement for it. And this, I'm pretty sure, is the same size as like the O-ring regulator. So you see the difference between this one, this O-ring, and the O-rings from the shaft itself. These are pretty deformed. You don't want them like that. You want them nice and round. More dog hair in there. Don't want that. So, grab one of those regulator O-rings. All right. Got a replacement O-ring. Which I believe is the Viton number 12. Put a little bit of that O2 compatible grease. Didn't get this on here. I don't like to try to spin these on because I don't want to cut the O-ring on the thread. So ideally you want to try to pull them on, but you also don't want to damage the O-ring. So I just try to work them down as best I can. All right. Got a new O-ring on there. get some leftover grease on the threads. We'll clean up. Doesn't need much on there. And we'll get that back on. I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on it, overcome the spring tension. Make sure this mating surface here is clean. And then lock it in place. Again, so that bottomed out, and that's pretty much about as tight as we really need it. Maybe give it a tiny tad bit more, but remember those are plastic threads, so that works good. We'll get the C-clip back on there. Squeeze those in just to the hair. Drop that on. And that is it. It's on. It's ready to be reinstalled. Hope that helps. There's nothing to them. You can really do this out in the field in probably 10 minutes. Knock it out quickly. It took me a little bit, so I haven't done it in a while, and doing a lot of talking and explaining, but they're very simple, very easy, and nothing to them. Hope it helps. Take care.